The COVID-19 pandemic has caused financial hardships for millions of Americans.
Without a source of income, some are turning to credit cards to cover their costs. Sara Maslar-Donar is digging deeper into how people can utilize a credit card to their best advantage.
It's been hard.
Morgan Giddings quit a part-time job right before the pandemic began. Then she lost her full-time job because of the pandemic. Now, months later, she's still waiting to be approved for unemployment benefits as her savings dry up and bills come due.
I'm hoping that I'll be approved for my unemployment, so it will be, I think, a big chunk of money, hopefully, but once I don't know how I'll pay it unless I get that.
She says she's been using her credit card more often in the last few months, but national data on credit card debt actually tells a different story. The Federal Reserve tracks consumer credit, including credit card debt racked up by purchases made by those consumers. And according to the data, since the beginning of the pandemic, that debt has been going down. And experts say this could point to the fact that people aren't pulling out their credit cards to make purchases quite as often. Take a look. Outstanding revolving debt, which mostly includes credit cards, fell below $1 trillion in the second quarter of 2020, that's April, May, and June, for the first time in several years, and then continued to fall. It slowly started to inch back up in September. Madison College finance instructor Mike Johnson tells me people likely held off on discretionary spending at the onset of the pandemic.
Chances are you're not putting as much gas in the tank, you're not putting on as many miles. You're maybe not staying in hotels as often or taking airline flights or going out to eat.
People are also likely paying down debt with money they have been able to save. But Johnson says the Federal Reserve's data may not reflect the people like Giddings who have been struggling financially for months.
It could very well be that it could be very few people reducing their debt by large amounts that could really be counterbalancing the many people who have lost their jobs with the high unemployment rate, and they're forced to kind of use their credit cards just to stay afloat.
So are you having to use like a credit card for just everyday things?
Yeah.
Giddings says she's been using 3 different cards that allow her to transfer her balance from one to the other.
If a person is disciplined and organized, any number of credit cards is fine.
Johnson suggests you make a list of expenses. Doing that could help you avoid unnecessary costs. Also, take advantage of benefits from certain cards. Some offer cashback rewards on things like gas and groceries. And pay your full balance each month, or at least the minimum due. That'll protect your credit score and keep you from paying high interest costs.
You do have to be careful to not overspend. It is real money, and you are going to have to pay it.
And as for Giddings, the waiting game on her unemployment benefits continues.
I feel hopeful, but then again, it's been 7 months.
In Lone Rock, Sara Maslar-Donar, 27 News.